Hey folks, this is BestInSlot and welcome to Jurassic Park Operation Genesis. Your eyes do not deceive you. We're not doing a playthrough or anything today though. Today I'm going to highlight two brand new mods by Carthus Acolyte. Both these mods are available on Nexus Mods and also available on ModDB, and you're just seeing it come into action right now. This is the more exciting of the two. A revolutionary new mod when it comes to Jurassic Park Operation Genesis. This is a fully working day-night cycle for JPOG made by Carthus. Now, this only works on Site B, which is why we're here on a Site B build at the moment, but it comes with a bunch of different stuff. So how lighting usually works in JPOG is that you don't really have a day-night cycle at all. You have weather effects. You have clear and sunny, and then maybe it'll be like a heat wave and it'll go a little bit darker and orange. You know, we don't really go day to sunset, to night, to sunrise, to day. That's just not a thing. And here, as you can see, we are now transitioning into the nighttime. You see the skybox change there, the stars start to come in. It actually goes super dark. And I'm just gonna shift over here to the side. I say that, I'm just watching myself do this. So as you can see, it makes for these really beautiful, dramatic nighttime shots. We finally have full, proper nighttime. It is very dark and it'll make your parks look very dark, but with the dinosaurs out there in the wild, it feels so naturalistic, so appropriate for a Site B, and that giant gleaming moon really adds to it. So not only does this enable a day-night cycle, which is an incredible thing, the game really hasn't looked any better, but I'm not running this with any other mods, and you can see that there's some shader effects and stuff going on there. So the day-night cycle mod adds the following: the day-night cycle on Site B, as I say. They've tried to get it working on every other mode, but it doesn't seem to work in campaign. Custom lighting and a reshade, as you can see in action right here. New skyboxes as well, you'll see these are much higher quality than the default ones in the game. Behavior and weather tweaks, so things like the dinosaurs are now more prone to sleeping at nighttime because it's like a distinct phase now, this twilight phase. The dinosaurs are more prone to falling asleep at that point in time, which is a really nice touch of realism as well. There's a better water texture, there's a new music track during clear nights like this one, and tornadoes have been removed because basically you can't add extra weather and they needed clear night, which is something we never had before. But to account for that, thunderstorms are now going to be much more dangerous. If you want it without any of the cosmetic stuff, I'm assuming that's the reshader and hello Camarasaurus. If you want it without the reshading and all that skyboxing kind of stuff, you can download a mod that just changes the day-night cycle and adds the day-night cycle to the game. Either way, it's an absolute revelation. I'm just going to time-lapse this now back to daytime so you can see it in action fully. Now, as incredible as that is, and it really is an absolute game changer when it comes to Site B parks, there is actually another mod by the same person, by Carthus Acolyte, and I'm going to show you that right now. So hopefully this works. I'm going to try to load up one of my old 5-star save files from God knows when. Should hopefully function fine, or crash the game alternatively. So we're going to set this up right here. I didn't click P for path, I've changed as a person. So in the past we have had an attraction called the Safari Tour, the Safari Adventure, and you would throw that onto a fence. So let's set up a fence over here at the north side of the park. I'm not too worried about this. We're just going to set up a standard basic fence like so. Okay, so we've got an exhibit over here in the north, we've got some galleys wandering around, we've got some brachiosaurs knocking about as well. And we're going to add in our attraction, we're going to add in our Safari Adventure. So let's make sure that is in the correct way, which is there. Create a track for the Land Cruiser to follow. Now, you will still have to do this, and this is, for the automatic tour, this is the only way this is going to work. Well, let's just create a tour track here very quickly, blah, 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 blah. And as you can see, if we go over to the fence here, you cannot move the tour track through the fence. There's no way in this game for vehicles to move from one exhibit to the other. Now, that's still true as part of a tour. Wait, why can't I finish this? What's going on here? Finish. There we go. Right. So whilst that's still true, you can't, have your automatic tour move from one exhibit to the other. We do have a brand new mod by the same mod maker, as I say, that will, in theory, let us move manually from one exhibit to the other. So if we wanted to drive around our big safari zone ourselves, we should now be able to do that. I've never tried this out, so I'm quite excited about this. This is very exciting as well. So we go to build, we go to attractions, and you'll see you now have a gate. Now this comes in two different varieties. You've got the long version that I'm using here, and I'll bring up an image now of the short version if you prefer that. And you're going to put this on your fence. Now it's important that you can only enter this from one direction. No jokes. The way that the arrows face is the direction you're going to enter from. So for the long gate, that's the long side. You can't enter from the other side. You have to enter from this long side over here on the left. In theory, now that it's started, we can jump to our Land Cruiser. We can take control of our Land Cruiser. And hopefully, you do have to line this up a little bit. It does take a little bit of finagling. It's not perfect. This is not a mechanic this game is meant to have. But in theory, we should now. Yeah, there we go. Oh, nearly.
So, you're taking control. Okay, be careful and watch what you're doing.
Okay, not sure how that worked. I kind of had to jump to the Land Cruiser again, and it kind of pushed it through the fence almost. This is a little bit finicky. This might not seem very complicated, and obviously this is something we have now in Evolution, but this is something we've never been able to do in JPOG before. This is a brand new mechanic for this game, something that's always seemed impossible in the past. This new mod maker has come out with two, the day-night cycle in particular is absolutely exceptional work. And of course you can put a fence back on the other side, so I've got the long fence back over here as well. And it's a little finicky to get through, so I think this is the tactic. You have to stop, abandon, and then drive again. Yes, and that's how you get through the fence. So yeah, it doesn't open, it doesn't automatically go through. It is a little bit finicky, but it's still a revelation in terms of, what we can do in this game. And, I'm very excited to see what else they do. I've not really looked at JPOG modding in a long time now. And it's worth noting that the modding community keeps going. There are brand new mods this month, last month, all over the past year or so. We need some light decorations in here, don't we? There's brand new mods all over the place. There's tons of them. New mechanics, new buildings, new dinosaurs, new skins, all this stuff. I love that this decades old game, this 20-plus-year-old game or whatever it is now, is still getting so much love from the community and is still getting worked on by people. People are still making revelatory new things, a day-night cycle for the first time 20 years on. That's absolute madness. Right, that's it from me. Thank you so much for joining me. I will link these mods down below. Definitely go give them some love. Go check them out on the Nexus. They're also over on ModDB if you prefer to use that site. Give the mod maker all the love in the world. They really deserve it. And that is beautiful. Just perfect. The hot air balloon moving in front of the moon like that. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. Right. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you lovely folks very soon. Cheers much love as always. Bye-bye.